Chosen ones, if you have been completely drained for the past few days, emotionally heavy, mentally foggy, running on empty with no explanation, do not close this video. The strawberry full moon is peaking tonight, and it has everything to do with why. What you've been feeling. Let's begin with something already true inside your body, even if your mind hasn't caught up yet. You have been exhausted in a way that doesn't quite make sense. Not the tired that comes from a long week or missed sleep. This is something older, something that sits deeper than rest can reach. A fog settled somewhere between your thoughts and your ability to function. An emotional heaviness that arrives without warning while you're driving, while you're doing something ordinary, in the quiet hours before sleep, when the world finally goes still and you're left alone with everything you spent the day avoiding. You've been here for days, and no matter how much you push through, the weight returns. No matter how many times you remind yourself to be strong or grateful or fine, there is something underneath all of that effort that is simply quietly tired. Tired of holding it together, tired of performing, tired of carrying what you've been carrying while pretending it doesn't cost anything. You are not imagining this, chosen ones. You are not weak. You are not falling apart. You are responding, as you always have, to something most of the world was never trained to feel. The strawberry full moon peaks in the late hours between June 29th and June 30th, 2026, sitting in the sign of Capricorn. This is not a gentle moon. This is not one that asks you to breathe through it and move on. Capricorn doesn't deal in softness. It demands that you stop, that you face what you've been too busy to feel, that you hold still long enough to let the truth surface. And it arrived at a very specific moment. 8 days ago, on June 21st, the summer solstice crossed the sky, the longest day of the year. A solar threshold your body knows instinctively, even when your calendar doesn't mark it. For spiritually sensitive souls, the solstice is never just a date, it is a doorway, a pressure shift, and from the moment it passed, your system has been quietly adjusting, absorbing more light, recalibrating your internal rhythms, processing the energetic demands of a season building towards something larger. You've been working overtime on the inside for over a week, and now, right in the middle of that adjustment, the full moon reaches its gravitational peak, pulling the ocean tides to their highest and lowest extremes, and for those of you who are energetically attuned, pulling on something deep inside you too. The exhaustion is not random. It is the price of sensitivity. It is what happens when you are wired to feel what most people sleep straight through. But here is what I need you to really hear. The strawberry full moon is not draining you. It is pulling out what was already there, the fatigue, the grief, the unfinished emotional business you've been quietly stockpiling. It is surfacing what needs to be released. And that process always feels like collapse before it feels like freedom. What Capricorn is asking of you, of all the signs the full moon could have landed in right now, Capricorn is perhaps the most specific and the most unflinching. Capricorn rules the structures of your life, the foundations, the long-term commitments, the responsibilities you carry, not because they bring you joy, but because somewhere along the way, they became yours, through duty, through love, through fear of what would fall apart if you let go. Capricorn is the mountain climber, disciplined, enduring, always fixed on the summit, and its deepest shadow is this: the belief that resting on the mountain means you're falling behind it. Under this full moon, everything Capricorn rules is being fully illuminated, not gently, not with flattery, with the kind of clear, honest light that only appears when the sky goes completely dark. You may be feeling the weight of responsibilities that were never truly yours to carry. Old family patterns pulling at something ancient in your chest. A version of yourself that looks capable from the outside but feels quietly suffocating from within. Commitments made when you were a different person. Ones that no longer fit the shape of who you are becoming. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn has never, in any astrological tradition, ever been described as comfortable. Saturn reveals, it removes, it asks you to look at what is real rather than what is hopeful, and to make decisions rooted in truth rather than fear. But Saturn's purpose is never punishment, it is precision. It removes what is blocking your evolution with a firmness that feels brutal in the moment and only reads as mercy in retrospect. The heaviness you feel under this moon, the weight that has no clean name, the ache you can't quite locate, is the sensation of Saturn holding up a mirror, not to shame you, to show you what is ready to leave. For chosen ones walking the path of conscious awakening, this completion hits at a cellular level, because you don't just intellectually understand the concept of releasing the past. You feel it in your nervous system. You live inside the energetic reality of what most people experience only as a theory. The Capricorn full moon is illuminating soul contracts reaching their conclusion, karmic cycles that have run their full course, inherited burdens from family lines that were never yours to carry past this point. And for many of you, the emotional weight you've been feeling, the inexplicable grief, the old memories surfacing, the dreams that feel like they belong to someone else, are part of that release, that completion. Something is finishing in you right now, not you, but something you've been carrying inside you that has finally reached the end of its time. And the process of that release is not supposed to be graceful. It is not supposed to feel light. It is supposed to feel exactly like what it is, a full, real, undeniable letting go. The divine signs you've been receiving. Now let's go deeper, because the exhaustion is only one layer of what this moon is moving through you. If you've been tracking the past few days honestly, you'll notice something beyond just the physical tiredness, a strange quality to the time itself, moments that feel stretched or compressed without reason. Dreams arriving with unusual vividness, not random fragments, but scenes that feel deliberate, like transmissions intended specifically for you. Thoughts of people you haven't spoken to in years. Memories surfacing from corners of your past you thought were sealed. An emotional sensitivity that makes ordinary moments feel amplified. A stranger's kindness, landing unexpectedly deep. A piece of music, unlocking something you didn't know was still locked. These are not symptoms of burnout. They are signs of an active, energetic upgrade. Light codes are moving through the collective field right now. Energetic information that bypasses the conscious mind and is received through the deeper intelligence of your body. The same intelligence that runs your heartbeat, that knows how to heal a wound without being told how. This intelligence receives the transmissions of the cosmos and processes them in ways that show up as emotional release, sudden insight, and yes, exhaustion, as your system redirects its resources to run the upgrade rather than run your daily agenda. This is why the ascension symptoms feel so physical. The pressure behind your eyes, the heaviness in your chest, the restless sleep and vivid dreamscapes, the waves of emotion that arrive without cause. The way time itself has felt slippery, some days vanishing, others stretching long and strange and full of meaning you can almost touch. Your soul is working, your body is processing on your behalf. And the synchronicities you've been noticing, the number patterns, the serendipitous conversations, the moments of inexplicable knowing. These are the universe confirming that yes, you are exactly where you are supposed to be. The strawberry full moon peaks tonight as a confirmation point, a cosmic checkpoint on a journey your soul has been walking for much longer than this year, and for many of you, longer than this lifetime. What completes under this moon? What finally releases? What finally lands? What finally makes quiet, undeniable sense has been in motion for years. You didn't find this video by accident. The universe is not random, and neither are you. Every step you have taken, every stumble, every setback, every season where it felt like nothing was shifting, even as everything quietly was, has brought you to this exact point in your evolution. The nodes of fate are doing what they have always done, delivering you precisely to the moment your soul contracted to arrive at, and what you feel releasing right now, under this strawberry full moon, under this Capricorn sky, is not loss. It is the end of a chapter that was already finished. It just needed the moon to turn the final page. What the moon is really giving you. Here is the message the strawberry full moon in Capricorn is carrying for you. And I want you to let it arrive in your body, not just pass through your mind. You have been strong for a long time, not just this week, not just this year. You have shown up. You have endured. You have held it together in moments when falling apart would have been the easier choice. You have been the steady one, the capable one, the one who keeps going when others stop. And you did it, because chosen ones almost always do. Because you are built for this path. Because somewhere in your soul, you agreed to it before you ever arrived in this body. But the moon in Capricorn is asking you tonight, at what cost? The body keeps score. The soul keeps score. And right now, in this peak window between June 29th and 30th, something is being tallied and released. The universe is not adding to your burden. It is reducing it. And that process, the actual moment of release, sometimes feels indistinguishable from breaking down, because something is breaking down. Not you, but the old structure you built around yourself to survive a version of life you no longer need to survive. The strawberry full moon takes its name from the Native American tradition of marking the early summer harvest, the first sweet fruit of the season, arriving after weeks of patient, invisible growth beneath the surface. Something that looked like nothing was becoming something extraordinary in the dark. That is exactly where you are. What feels like exhaustion is the last push before harvest. What feels like emotional heaviness is the weight of something that has been growing in you and is finally ready to be gathered. This full moon is asking you to receive what you've grown, to stop measuring yourself only by how far you still have to go, and to acknowledge, honestly, completely, what you have already survived, already transformed, already quietly become. If the sky is clear tonight, step outside and look at the strawberry full moon. You don't need to wait for a vision or a sign. Just look at it. Stand underneath its light. Let it fall on your face and breathe, slowly, completely, and feel the permission it is extending to you right now. Permission to rest. Permission to stop performing. Permission to trust that the universe, which has guided you every step of this journey, already knows exactly where you are going. The exhaustion sitting on your chest these past few days. It is your system clearing the path for what comes next. And what comes next, what arrives after the clearing, after the release, after the moon peaks and the sky begins to soften, is something lighter than you've carried in a very long time. Something that, on some quiet level, you have already been waiting for. The strawberry full moon sees you, Chosen ones, rest and trust it. Chosen ones, if this video found you at the exact moment you needed it, if something in what you just heard felt like the universe speaking directly to you, that is not coincidence. That is the moon doing what it came to do. Before you scroll away, take one slow, conscious breath right now. Let the exhale go longer than the inhale. And give yourself permission, just for tonight, to stop carrying what the moon is already working to release. If this message resonated with you, please hit the like button. It truly helps more souls who need this find their way here tonight. Subscribe if you're new here, because we track every major energy shift, every cosmic event, and every spiritual awakening sign right here on this channel. And drop a comment below. Tell me what you've been feeling these last few days. I read every single one, and your experience matters more than you know. Share this with one person in your life who's been quietly struggling and doesn't know why. Sometimes a soul just needs to hear that they are not alone, and that what they're feeling has a reason and a direction. Rest well tonight. The lighter chapter is already beginning. I'll see you in the next one.